Welcome to Mama's Telling Tales podcast. Today we are going to be reading the story of Jack and the Beanstalk. So I hope you enjoy. Long ago, there once lived a poor widow who had only had a son named Jack. Jack was very lazy. He never did any work. As time went by, Jack and his mother became poorer and poorer. One summer day, Jack's mother decided to finally sell the cow. She didn't give them any milk anymore. She asked Jack to go to the market and sell the cow. So Jack took the cow and set out for the market. He hadn't gone very far when he met an old man. The old man asked where Jack was going with the cow. I'm going to the market to sell her," Jack replied. The old man smiled and took out a piece of cloth from his pocket. Opening it, he showed Jack 5 beans. He told Jack that the beans were magical beans. "I will exchange these beans for the cow. If you plant the beans tonight, they'll grow into the sky by tomorrow morning." Jack thought it was a fair exchange because it meant he could go home right away and lie in the sun. After making the exchange, he ran back home, excited to have these magical beans. After reaching home, he showed the magic beans to his mother, and upon seeing some ordinary beans in her lazy son's hands and no money, his mother got so angry she threw the beans out the window. "Oh, you have ruined us!" She scolded him and sent him to his bed without any dinner. The next morning, Jack slept until late in the morning, and when he woke up, he wasn't sure where he was. The room was dark. He quickly ran to his window and opened up the curtains to his window, and when he did, he was very surprised. He saw huge leaves and bright red flowers. Jack hurried himself dressed and ran into his garden. Just outside the window where his mother had thrown away the magical beans grew a huge beanstalk. It went up into the sky and disappeared among the clouds. Without wasting another moment, Jack quickly began climbing. He climbed and climbed and climbed higher than the houses, higher than the treetops, higher than the clouds. He climbed until he reached the blue sky. There he found a white straight road, and he started walking upon it. But by now he had become very hungry, so he kept walking, hoping to find a place where he could beg for some breakfast. To his delight, he saw a castle with a really large woman standing at the door. "Good morning," Jack greeted her politely. "Would you be so kind as to give me some breakfast?" The large woman looked at him and told him to run as fast as he could if he did not want to become breakfast himself. She also told him her husband was an orc, and he liked nothing better than fried little boys for his breakfast. Jack was scared, and he was so hungry, though, too, to go all the way back. He pleaded with the orc's wife and asked if she would hide Jack from her husband. The orc's wife was kind, so she took Jack in and gave him some bread and milk. Just as Jack was finishing his breakfast, he suddenly heard a noise. It was the orc, and he was walking on the white road towards the castle. The orc's wife grabbed Jack and hid him in the oven. The orc came in loudly singing, "I smell an Englishman. I'll grind his bones and make my bread." The orc's wife laid down his breakfast on the table and said, "Nonsense. You're always saying you smell an Englishman. Now eat your breakfast." Jack peeped out of his hiding place and was terrified to see this huge orc. He was really big and ugly. After finishing his breakfast, the orc asked his wife to bring him the bags of gold coins. The orc counted the coins from the bags his wife brought him and then fell asleep. Jack saw that the orc was fast asleep. He quickly came out, climbed the table, and grabbed one of the bags of gold coins. He ran away from the castle, straight down the road, down the beanstalk to his own garden. Once in his garden, he ran to his mother. "Mother, look what I have brought for you from the top of this beanstalk," he exclaimed as he emptied the bag of gold coin onto the kitchen table. His poor mother was so pleased to have her boy home, and now they actually had money to buy whatever they needed. Some days later, Jack took a look inside the bag. and noticed that there weren't many gold coins left. He decided to climb the beanstalk one more time, but this time he disguised himself so the woman would not recognize him. When he reached the castle, the woman let him in like last time and gave him some food. The orc returned to the castle in the evening, whereupon Jack hid in a copper pot. The orc called his wife this time. He asked her to bring him his golden hen. The wife brought him the hen and placed it on the table. "Lay!" roared the orc, and the hen laid an egg, a solid golden egg. "Lay another!" commanded the orc. The hen laid another solid gold egg, only this time bigger than the last one. When Jack saw the golden eggs, his eyes nearly popped out of his head. Soon after that, the orc fell asleep on the table, and when Jack was sure nobody was around, he came out of hiding. He climbed out of the copper pot and grabbed the orc's precious hen, and the moment Jack grabbed the hen, it began to squawk. Jack quickly ran towards the door. The orc woke up, and when he heard the hen squawking, he started running after Jack. When he saw that Jack was running with his hen, Jack ran as fast as he could on the white straight road with the orc chasing him. The orc's strides were big, even though Jack was running faster than he had ran in his entire life. The orc was almost close. The people in the world below thought that they were hearing an earthquake. Just as the orc reached out to grab Jack, Jack slipped swiftly down the beanstalk. The orc was furious. He stopped for a moment and wondered if the plant could handle his weight. Then he began to climb down the beanstalk slowly. The beanstalk began to sway and creak, and Jack realized that the orc was climbing down after him. He went down even faster than before, and when he reached his garden, he shouted, "Quick, Mother, bring me the axe!" He grabbed the axe from his mother's hand and handed the hen to his mother and quickly began chopping down the beanstalk. As Jack chopped the beanstalk, it swayed and creaked, and then it crashed to the ground along with the orc. The orc laid among the bright red flowers and massive leaves of the magical beanstalk, and they never saw him again. Jack and his mother lived with their hen that lay their golden eggs happily ever after. The hen brought them more riches than they could ever spend. The end. Thanks so much for reading the story today. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and make sure to check out more episodes that we have every week on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Bye.